Tyson Fury will have done 100, 150, maybe even 200 rounds sparring for this fight. So if he didn't do any sparring for the first fight, then the difference between his condition in the first fight and his condition in the second fight will be noticeable. Not only will he be able to fight for a little bit longer, his conditioning, his stamina will be a little bit better, but more tellingly, his ability to react to Usyk's feints, to whatever Usyk does, will be that little bit sharper. His footwork will be a little bit sharper. His responses, the way he puts his shots together, will be better. His counters will be better. And his ability to manage the geography of the ring will be better because he'll be in better condition. 150, 200 rounds worth of sparring makes a big, big difference. If you look at the sum total of the fights that Tyson Fury's had since Deontay Wilder, you'd have to say that he hasn't proved his ability to get around the ring for 12 rounds. Probably hasn't proved his ability to get around the ring for more than 7 or 8. So I feel like his legs, if they haven't gone, they are going. But if they have gone and he's past the point of no return and he simply cannot do what he did against Klitschko and to some extent against Wilder in terms of the ability to control the ring with his footwork and with his engine, then he's in big trouble against a guy who, even if he's on the wane, will still be able to put 9 or 10 rounds of very high pressure together. I think Fury will get beat if his legs fail him on Saturday night.
Malam, go.
Back. Go, guys. Move it. 11. That one.
Picture this, you've just won the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world and you've been part of the training camp that's got the champ there. Are you not going to go across and give him a high five, a smile, just some kind of celebratory gesture to share in what has been an incredible victory on the biggest stage? There is no sign of joy in that team whatsoever. And I think it's Alex Krasik talking at the start there. He's saying mallow, and I think that translates in a lot of languages into bad. I think the tone of his voice, the look on everyone's faces suggests that Usyk's in a lot more trouble there than people realised at the time. So yeah, I think he left a bit of his soul in the ring against Fury, and if that's the case, then you have to take away from what Usyk did in the first fight and think that he might not be able to replicate the same effort in this fight. And that could be the difference, because we are talking about 2 closely matched fighters. There's a lot of very well-respected pundits, ex-fighters, who would tell you that Fury needs to use his weight and his size and be much more aggressive and go for the knockout, Kronk style. I think when they talk about that, it's not just about going in there and swinging from the rafters and throwing big shots in 1s and 2s, looking for that one-punch knockout. It's a combination of slightly heavier, intentful shots with then tying up your opponent, leaning on them and tiring them out, and then going again and repeating that process. It's basically what he did against Wilder in the second fight. The problem with that strategy is twofold. Firstly, Usyk is not Wilder. Usyk, like many Ukrainians, knows how to wrestle and knows how to fight on the inside. And I still think it would be hard work for both men if they do that. And it'll probably make it a shorter fight, one way or the other. But Usyk is a formidable opponent if you're going to try and wrestle with him on the inside. The second issue is the bigger issue for me. The first fight, Usyk's backhand, whether that was a single shot or whether it was set up in combination with using the lead hand to set it up, that was the money shot. That was the one that did the damage in the 8th round and set off that barrage of shots in the 9th. That comes about because Fury is looking to trade. He's getting tired as well, so his right hand is not here to protect his chin. It's lower, but it comes about because Fury is not always back boxing with his weight on the back foot. He's coming forward, and when you come forward and you're looking to land shots, let's say the right hand, for example, your weight is transferring from the back foot to the front foot, and that amplifies the impact of the shot from your opponent. If Fury does that, and if Fury doesn't have all of his ducks in a row, if he doesn't have his right hand or his left hand there to protect his chin, if he's not absolutely 100% on it, and he gets over his front foot, Usyk will end the fight. Fury will end up on the floor more than once if he continually does that, because he's such a good counter puncher and he's such a good intelligent pressure fighter that he creates those angles. He creates those angles, perhaps gives a little look for Fury to step in, and then nails him, which is exactly what he did in the first fight. That one punch in the 8th round for me changed the whole destiny of that fight. And if Fury fights with pressure and gets over his front foot, he's going to give him the opportunity to do exactly the same again. If Usyk wins, I hope he sails off into the sunset. There's nothing more for him to prove in this game. He's done everything. He's completed boxing for me. I don't want to see a third fight if Usyk wins. There won't be a third fight if Usyk wins, to be fair. Don't want to see him go back to cruiserweight. Don't want to see him take on Dubois. Just want to see him go. He'll have cemented his legacy as one of the greatest boxers ever. Pound for pound, one of the greatest boxers ever. Maybe top 10, top 15, top 20 ever. And probably top 5, top 6 heavyweight. There's nothing more for him to do. If Fury wins, we're going to fight from fight number 3. It's contracted, and what has been an incredible rivalry will turn into the greatest rivalry in history, without doubt. If Fury wins on Saturday night, that's how big the result will be. How much it takes out of each of the men, particularly given that I've referred quite a few times here to the fact that Father Time is catching up with both of them. I'd be slightly concerned about the quality of that third fight, given how much the first 2 fights will probably have taken out of each fighter, but that is what will happen. No talk of Joshua, straight on to fight number 3. In terms of Fury's legacy, I think that will put him up there with some of the greatest heavyweights ever. I have a view that Fury would beat any heavyweight in history on his best day. I think the only thing that he lacks is the ability to finish fights in the same way that, let's say, a Lennox Lewis could. But when you consider all of his attributes, I think he would be a hard night's work for a 6'2" Muhammad Ali. Certainly for Rocky Marciano, his speed and ability to get around the ring, and his ring IQ, and on top of that also his ability to fight and keep coming back when he gets knocked down, because he's got such a good chin. People think that a good chin is one that never gets knocked down. In my opinion, a good chin is one that will allow the boxer to keep on getting back up, and Fury can do that. So I think he would be a hard night's work for anyone. Even you look at a Mike Tyson, for example. Was he 5'8", 5'9" against 6'8"? I just don't see that ending well for Mike Tyson. So for me, Fury does need to win on Saturday night. If he doesn't, he will be categorised in the same sort of level as Anthony Joshua, which is just not in the same company. But most importantly, it will be an incredible victory. I can't wait, and I hope Tyson Fury wins. I'm not sure I actually want to see the third fight in some respects, but I want Tyson Fury to win. I think he deserves it. I want to back the Brit, and to finish with Saturday night's fight, the fight number 2, even if they have a trilogy, this will be the peak. This will be the absolute peak of heavyweight boxing in my lifetime.